KWTX News 10.
$8 million. That's how much the city of Killeen needs to make up after a major budget shortfall. As the city continues to look for answers, residents and even council members are speaking out against raising taxes and other fees. News 10's Kathleen Surree reports.
How are we going to make up this $8 million deficit? And also, why did we get $8 million in the hole?
Questions a lot of people in Killeen are asking after interim city manager Ann Ferris presented the shortfall to the council earlier this summer.
I was shocked, but not surprised. I've always felt that our taxpayer dollars were not managed efficiently and effectively.
Now, the city is looking for ways to increase revenue. This could include raising property taxes and utility fees.
Taxpayers and citizens are angry, and I have a directive to say no to property tax increases, no to transportation utility user fees, no to utility rates.
And Johnson isn't the only council member concerned for Killeen residents.
They have emailed me. They have even come to my house to have meetings. They are very much upset about this $8 million shortfall.
Both Johnson and Fleming say the city needs to look at internal cost savings, not tax increases.
I think it's something that we have to fix. This is why we are elected.
Johnson says city staff will present a proposed budget to the council within the next few weeks. They have until the end of September to adopt it. Kathleen Surree, KWTX News 10.
And tonight,
first case of Zika has been confirmed in Bell County.
News 10's Kathleen Surree joins us from our Killeen Bureau with more information on that virus. Kathleen.
Gordon and Tara, according to the Bell County Public Health District, it was contracted by a man traveling outside of the United States. Now, officials say there is no evidence to indicate that any local mosquitoes are carrying the virus, but the Bell County epidemiologist and preparedness team is still conducting mosquito surveillance. Now, while it may be a first for Bell County, this is the 60th travel-related case of Zika in Texas. But since there are no reports of the virus being contracted from mosquitoes in Texas or anywhere in the continental United States, local doctors we spoke to are not overly concerned.
It's not a time to panic right now, and that's why if you're concerned at all and you are pregnant or wanting to get pregnant, you definitely need to go speak to a provider and kind of get his or her recommendation on how to protect yourself.
Dr. Sosa says Zika is similar to the flu for most people, but can have devastating effects on babies who catch the virus from their mothers during pregnancy. He says there's still a lot doctors don't know about the long-term effects of babies born with Zika. And the Zika virus is usually transmitted by mosquito, but it can also be transmitted through sexual contact. And this afternoon, Texas health officials also confirmed that a baby in Harris County was born with microcephaly due to the Zika virus. Now, microcephaly is the abnormal smallness of an infant's head. It's associated with incomplete brain development. The Texas Department of State Health Services said in a news release that the case is travel-related and the baby acquired the infection in the womb. Now, for a full list of Zika prevention virus tips, you can find that under this web story at KWTX.com. Reporting live from Killeen, Kathleen Surree, KWTX News 10.
Is heard at a community forum.
As News 10's Kathleen Surree reports, the goal is to bring law enforcement and the community together.
It was a full house at tonight's forum as people crowded into Killeen Police Headquarters. Even the lobby was filled with concerned residents.
I know that sometimes there's stress with large numbers, but the truth is that's where you get the connection to the community, is when the community comes out.
Killeen Police presented information on current crime rates and other issues as people in the crowd voiced their questions. Will Wright brought his son to tonight's event to teach him how to respectfully interact with police officers.
Just be calm, listen to the directions that are given. Always just show a front where you're not the enemy or you're not trying to show a level of high aggravation or aggression.
In light of recent officer-involved shootings, Wright says it's important to bridge the gap between police and the community.
If we get a better understanding from a cultural perspective of what everybody brings to the table, and the respect factors there on both sides, I think a lot of this could be mitigated.
Keith Gavin agrees, saying officers could benefit from better understanding the people they serve.
You have to do a focus group. And if you can do a good focus group, you can really find out what's wrong with the pulse of the community, and then you can find out what's going on inside the mind and hearts of the individual.
A goal of coming together that the community hopes to achieve through more events like tonight's forum. Kathleen Suri, KWTX News 10.
Well, we've got more breaking news at this hour coming into our KWTX newsroom. Killeen police are on the scene of a shooting. It happened around 5 o'clock today. News 10's Kathleen Suri is at the scene right now. Kathleen, can you tell me, what do you see? What is going on out there?
Keisha, we're standing here in the East Lake Shopping Center on East Rancier Avenue in Killeen, where police have confirmed that one person is dead after a shooting in front of the Little Caesars Pizza and the Cricket Wireless behind us. Now, as you can see, this is a very active scene right now. We have Killeen Police and Killeen Fire on the scene. The Justice of the Peace actually did just show up. Now, police tell us that there are no suspects being arrested at this time, so we are assuming that they don't have anyone in custody in relation to this shooting incident. Information is very limited right now, but this is an active scene as people are kind of driving through the parking lot, just wondering what exactly is going on. And although we don't have very much information, we can tell you that there is one body laying on the ground in front of Cricket Wireless and Little Caesars Pizza here on East Rancier in Killeen. Now, if this is confirmed to be a homicide, this will be the 7th one in Killeen so far. So that is what we are dealing with right now, and obviously this is a developing situation, and we will give you more information as it becomes available. Reporting live from Killeen, Kathleen Suri, KWTX News 10.
Central Texas. This is KWTX News 10.
Now we're starting off with a developing story we first brought you earlier this evening. 2 men are dead in Killeen after a shooting incident on East Rancier Avenue this afternoon. Their bodies were found in different locations. News 10's Kathleen Suri joins us live from the Bell County newsroom with the very latest. Kathleen, what can you tell us so far?
Keisha, police say they are still investigating what they say are 2 deaths that are linked together tonight. They say it's going to be a long night for them as they investigate exactly what happened this afternoon, an incident leading to the 7th and 8th homicides in Killeen so far this year. It all started this afternoon just before 5 o'clock when police responded to calls of shots fired at 3301 East Rancier Avenue at the East Lake Shopping Center. Police say the exchange of gunfire was between a man in a vehicle and another man who was found dead at the scene in the parking lot.
The person in the vehicle fled the scene, and at 4:54 we were called in reference to a shooting victim in the 1800 block of North 18th Street.
That's where they found another man dead in the back seat of a vehicle.
We believe this vehicle is a vehicle that fled from the 3300 block of East Rancier.
Witnesses in the area of North 18th Street say they saw the vehicle approach the neighborhood.
We were sitting outside trying to clean cages, and the guy came zooming up, and he was talking to the lady who lives there, explaining something bad had happened, and the next thing we know, about 6 cop cars rolled up, and they ended up putting a sheet over the car.
It's a scary situation, especially for people living in the area.
It's not the safest neighborhood, and it never has been, but it's not something that I really want to think about. Being that I've been here this long, I'm used to seeing it, but it's never comfortable when it's that close.
Police tell me there are no suspects in custody tonight. The names of the 2 victims aren't being released at this time, and autopsies have been ordered for both deaths. We'll keep you updated on this developing story as we learn more details. Live from the Bell County newsroom, Kathleen Suri, KWTX News 10.
All right, Kathleen, thank you so much.